Hello, Katie. I'm gonna go turn down the radio real quick. Okay, back. Um, this is a video response to your video on drug and alcohol abuse. I personally have not struggled with this. However, I have people that I know have struggled with this, and I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to call anyone out. I'm just going to say that I'm just going to give the perspective, I guess, of someone who knows somebody who has struggled with this. Either as most of them honestly have been my friends. I have a couple of family members who have struggled with alcoholism. A lazy eye is being weird. I'm trying to get it to be like my other eye, but it's not. It's not. I'm sorry. Just ignore my right eye for right now. Anywho, yes. So I'm just gonna give that perspective. Then I'm also going to talk about my experience with a 12-step group, because like I said, I have not personally struggled with this. However, there are tons, and by tons I mean like, if you can think of a mental health condition, there's probably a there's most likely a 12-step group for it. I mean, you can find one. I mean, good lord, all you have to do is Google your condition and it will come up. So as far as being a friend of someone who has struggled with uh, addiction, whether it be drug or alcohol or both, I know that I have had friends in the past and current friends even. This is past experience with them. That I've had friends before who, when they were clean and sober, they would, be there for me and want to hang out and want to do stuff. But I always could kind of tell when they were starting to relapse. And this sort of is, I guess this is kind of also true of people who have eating disorders and self-harm too, or at least it could be. Because I could always tell when they were starting to relapse because they wouldn't answer phones, they wouldn't answer text messages, emails would go ignored, or like they would just be, we'd be hanging out and they'd suddenly be really irritable for like no reason at all, like, and they'd just be really irritated at everything. Or like I have one friend who is a recovered addict who gets really upset with herself because she she has, how do I say this? She is a very emotional person, and whenever she screws up, she feels, whenever she quote unquote screws up, or whenever she does something that she perceives as screwing up, usually for her it's getting very angry and kind of losing her cool, and she wants to do things that she used to do that she shouldn't be doing. So And so I can always tell when she's really upset, because she'll call me and she'll be like, Alan, I got really, really angry today. You know, help me. Like, what is wrong with me? Why can't I control my temper? Why am I so emotional? And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with being an emotional person. Like, she has um, problems dealing with um, the fact that she is an emotional person, an extremely emotional person. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's how God made you. What? There's nothing really wrong with how God made you. And I think, at least for a lot of people in my family, and in my circle of loved ones, that is a issue for a lot of them, is believing that who they are or how they act or something that the rest of us feel is very, very natural, they feel is wrong. And yeah, so, and it just, all of this just makes me, I mean, I'm glad that most of the people that are in my life now who have struggled with this are recovered, but it's always kind of in the back of my head, like I'm always kind of, if you need anything, if you need somebody to talk to, if you ever are stressed out, you can call me, you can text me, you can, whatever, because it's always kind of in the back of my head. It's always kind of like a silent worry, I guess, in my head. And it really, when somebody is an active addict, whether they are addicted to alcohol or prescription pain pills or whatever their drug of choice is, it really puts a strain on the relationship, because you're kind of, especially when you're sober, especially in situations when you're sober and then you're a really good friend and you're really there, and then when you're relapse back into your addiction, whatever that is, um, you're not anymore, or you sometimes become a completely different person. Um, it really puts strain on the relationship, and it can actually really be very, 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 very hurtful to people in your life. So it's important for you to recover for you first and foremost, because you have to want it. If you don't want it, it's not going to work. But it's also really important to, like, if you're really sort of iffy about whether or not you want recovery, think about the people that are important to you, whose lives will be infinitely better if you are healthy. Like your kids, or your best friends, or think about one of the things that I did to help myself recover is I created a bucket list, and my bucket list is long. Why is my... Okay, for some strange reason I was going off of the camera. But I created a bucket list. Stuff I wanted to do, that... Yeah, okay, now I'm more centered. Um, Stuff I wanted to do that wasn't had nothing to do with my eating disorder. I mean, some of it did, but it was positive stuff. Like, I had on there, eat donuts again. Eat a Krispy Kreme donut without guilt or anxiety. And that had to do with my eating disorder, but that was about a fear food. Eat a Martin's muffin. again, without guilt or anxiety, and I did both those things. Yay me! But that's something you can do. Figure out stuff that you want to do that has zero to do with your addiction. Some of the other stuff on my bucket list is I want to learn French. I want to graduate college. I want to become a therapist. I want to walk down the aisle at my college graduations and my wedding. I want to get married and have kids. I want to go to Disney World and Disneyland. I want to go to Paris with my sister because she's taking French right now. She's 16. She's actually 16 today. Happy birthday, Kayla! You're probably never going to see this, but whatever. So, there's that. And the second part of my video, well, this is like 11 minutes long now. The second part of my video is, about my, experience in 12-step groups. My initial experience in 12-step groups happened, when I was first dealing with my eating disorder. Before I even, I knew that I knew that I was sick before I even went and got diagnosed. I knew that I was sick. It was just something, that was personal, that I was too scared to talk about. So, I went to an OA meeting, and, the OA meeting for me, I mean, it was a Christian OA group, which there are some of those, which is good. It was a Christian OA group, and it was online, and I did it online initially because I was embarrassed, and I didn't really want to talk about it face to face. But it was helpful at first, but then it got weird for me because OA is Overeaters Anonymous. It's for people, who just compulsively overeat, or people who have, BED, binge eating disorder. And, initially I thought that's what I had, so I joined this group. Well, then when I would starve myself, because I have EDNOS, so I have other symptoms besides binging, when I would starve myself, people would be like, why are you here? This is OA. Why are you here? Like, you don't need OA if you are starving yourself. I wish I could starve myself. And I was just like, wow, I can't, no. So that didn't work. However, I am now in, Eating Disorders Anonymous, which is going extremely well. And actually, their meetings are online every Wednesday at 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m. my time, so that would be Eastern Standard Time. So, I will put a link down there in the description box. And I'll also put a link, down for OA and NA and AA and stuff like that. And I believe all of those, anonymous groups have online options. So, like, for me in my area, I go to the EDA meetings that are online because, the one that's in my area or close to my hometown is not on a bus route. And even if it were, the meeting would get out too late for me to get back home because the buses stop running at a certain time. So that's why I like doing it online, because I can do it that way. And, there's also a Yahoo group that I'm a part of, but that's an invitation only thing. So I really can't put a link to that. But, my EDA group has a its own Yahoo group and its own thing. So there's that. Other things that you can do, I know there's Alcoholics Anonymous literature and Alcoholics Anonymous. I know when I was in OA, I bought an OA 12-step workbook. I might do another 12-step video and show you guys some of the 12-step resources I have. But so yes, there's that. And Katie, I am now going to University Phoenix starting in August. So yay me. So yeah. I hope this is oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I hope this video was helpful. It's getting a little long now, so I'm gonna say bye. Bye.